Good evening there, YouTube. Welcome to another cat stream. At this moment in time, as you can see, Ogre is not here at this moment in time, but he should be with us at hopefully the top of the hour. He's obviously busy at the moment on his farm, doing the work that he needs to, because obviously they've had quite a lot of snow. Oh, fuck me. I'm a dick. Back in a minute, lads. There we go. That's better. I definitely don't want to have a fucking echo in the background of my fucking ugly fucking voice. But yeah, anyway, it wouldn't be one of my streams if I didn't fuck up. So welcome to the stream, everyone. We have the voice of one.
There you
go. And we have Magic Bollocks.
Evening, bitches.
He's back, motherfuckers, and he's better than ever.
Yeah, don't forget it either.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Well, does anybody have anything to fucking say at this moment in time before we actually hit up with some of the news and pretend that we actually know what we're talking about?
Well, we could continue some of the chat just before we went on. Voice of One wants to order a £10,000 mechanical sex doll.
Is that in weight, though? Is that in weight, or is that in money?
I don't know. We've never asked him if he's into fatties or not, but this could be.
He has said before. He has said before, and he holds a goal.
I see.
Well, it's like this. You would do one, but you wouldn't keep it. Fat girls are like catch and release when you're fishing.
I see. Well, I know what he's done. He stuck a fleshlight in between the cushions on his settee, isn't he?
Oh,
yeah. See if you can get your arms around that one, bad boy.
There's a reason why they have arms on the settee.
Yeah, just so everybody can keep that one in mind for when we try and be serious later on. It ain't gonna work, boys.
And a round of applause. He's back.
Yep. I felt that even though Voice has done a very, very good job of partially derailing, what Common Sense needed was me back to really fuck it up. So here I am.
And now I've got both of you fuck ups trying to derail.
I like the fact you described us as fuck ups instead of fuckers or something.
Well, fuckers actually means that you actually do something, where fuck ups just means that you do fuck all.
Hey, mate, I just put a microphone in my face and sat down. That counts as something to me. I think I must have burned off at least, 1/3 of a calorie doing that.
Probably 10 calories. It takes a lot to sit down and, move your arm and, replace the microphone into a certain position. And yeah. it does take a while.
Right. I might throw something at Mrs. Bollocks as she's walking by in a minute. Does that count as an extra calorie?
It does when it chases you afterwards, yes.
Yeah, but I have to catch what she throws back then, don't I?
That's if it's something you can actually catch and it's not a knife.
I don't know. There's not much out there apart from a fish tank. I don't want her throwing that.
No, poor fishies. Poor fishies.
All right, talking about you, not to you. Oh, the boys wish you happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they don't really. I just said that to sound nice.
I was just about to say, none of us actually fucking said happy birthday, but
yeah, everybody does that, don't they?
Yeah.
I noticed you did it on.
Bollocks.
I noticed you did similar yourself on Friday, Mr. Common Sense. You said that Magic Bollocks wishes you all the best. He didn't. I wish you all the worst.
I was trying to be nice for you to keep your fans up.
As soon as you said that, I think everybody in the chat knew he's talking out of his ass. Magic Bollocks doesn't give a shit about us. Thank you, Mr. Quinn. That's very generous of you. Could you, if you'd like to send a check for about 100 quid, but put it in my name, and I'll probably pass it on.
In other words, don't send him a check. It's not.
No, send it to Common Sense. He needs his computer.
Don't send it to me. I'm not great at looking after things for people.
Well, it'd be a bit miffed if you sent him a check with my name on it.
Yeah, that would actually really piss me off. Here, I've got £100 as a check. What's your name? It's Magic Bollocks. Do you have any ID for that? No.
I can get one from Dodgy Pete round the corner.
Yeah, just give me a day because he needs to get his materials.
Yeah.
I suppose let's actually pretend that we actually know what the fuck we're doing, and let's actually talk about story. I suppose.
Let's do it. We're serious.
We're not, but let's pretend.
No, that sounded almost serious myself then for a sec. So, straight lace, lads.
Well, let's have a really funny story to start off with then. Topless protester launches herself at Bill Cosby at retrial. The woman with Women's Lives Matter, yes, there is such a group, written in red ink on her chest and stomach, appeared in the Cosby Show. Let's carry on down. So, a former Cosby Show actress launched a topless protest as Bill Cosby arrived for a retrial on sexual assault charges. Nicola Rochelle, who had Women's Lives Matter, and again, yes, that does actually happen. That is real. Written in red ink on the chest and stomach, said that she wanted the 80-year-old actor and comedian to feel uncomfortable, even though that it's a sexual assault. Charges have been appropriated to this person, and you're showing him your breasts. I think you did really well there.
This is the same level of intelligence as the women who go on the slut walks to, protest against rape.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we don't really need... Carry on.
So, am I the only one to think the reason she's doing this is not necessarily because she really cares about, these rape victims and all that, but this is probably the first time she has had a camera shoved in her face since she left the Cosby Show?
Oh, fucking definitely. Definitely.
I don't recognize her. She was in the Cosby Show. Was she an extra?
Probably. The thing is with this is it's the same with the Me Too movement. Not when it first started, but when it was starting to get more attraction, when celebrities were starting to do it. They were falsifying reports. I mean, how do we know that this woman has actually even had any sort of interaction with Bill Cosby, apart from actually being on the same show? Now, anybody that's done any sort of form of acting normally knows that anybody that's lower than an extra, or actually even extras, don't even get to talk to the main person that's actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, because they're normally too fucking busy.
Well, that's it. I mean, I looked at the stories when there was a thing, I think it was in The Guardian, about all these famous British actresses who are coming out to stand up for the British Me Too movement. And there was only one whose name I actually knew. There are people who haven't been on TV in 20 years. So, of course, I would say this woman's trying to get her 5 minutes of fame.
Sorry, I've just read this little bit. I'll read it out to you and let everybody know why I found it very, very funny. Rochelle, 39, who appeared in just 4 episodes of The Cosby Show from 1990 to 1992, was intercepted by police as she jumped over a barricade outside the courthouse in Philadelphia. This is the most important part, the next 2 paragraphs. Officers led her away in handcuffs and later charged her with disorderly conduct and let her go. A European feminist group, even though this is in America, Demon has claimed her as one of its own. Not their own, but its own. Does anybody else see the...
Well, the first point I would like to point out is I don't think we can call 4 episodes a career. And second, female. It's got men in the title. How can it be for women?
How dare you, sir? There is equality among the sexes. Did you not know this?
When it comes to women, I know fuck all. So.
Well, we know that you don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, that was fucking...
Oh,
you pay for that one.
That was well below the belt, that was, wasn't it? No matter slap in the face, straight kick in the balls, that was.
He lined it up. I had to bat it. He lined it up. I had to bat it out. I'm sorry.
Oh, dear. He'll be sleeping on the settee tonight, not fucking it.
Oh, fuck's sake. Cheeky bastards. You know, if I wanted to be belittled, I'd go and visit my parents.
Oh,
Do you know what the
never
worst
mind,
thing
mate.
is?
Never
Do you know what
mind.
the worst thing is? He can't even ask the settee for a cuddle because both of the arms are too far apart for him.
That's his own fault for having a thing for big settees. Oh dear! Do you know what? He can take his frustrations out on the Mad Dodge later on. If you
Like,
at least
you guys do
you'll
know
know
you're
you'll be.
only. You guys do know you're only 26 miles, to the mainland from where I am. It's not as
Oh,
if you're out of my fucking reach.
I get a feeling, common sense, they're going to get for the first time in about 2 decades the first bomb threat.
Well, you do realise that Brexit is upon us.
So it's like, what the fuck? A bloke with an Irish accent just rang us and said there was a bomb coming over.
Not
Well,
that
you
he's
have
coming
this.
over.
We're not used to polite terrorists anymore.
Well, no, you have to give a code word as well. Not that I know any code words, but
Oh, he's fucked himself now. Sorry. He's fucked himself now. We tried to keep your identity secret, but you fucked it.
I don't know. I just got. I think it should be the voice of Adams, shouldn't it? Have you looked at this picture right down the very bottom of the page where you got all these silly? I want to be polite. No, I don't want to be polite.
Why
All
is he
these
in the bush?
ugly women with all these placards with this shit saying like "Justice for survivors. Take rape seriously." Well, I'll bet a tip that so many women stop lying about being raped when they weren't, and then maybe more people would take it seriously.
No, I completely agree with you, but I'm literally looking at a picture with Bill Cosby in it, his lawyer.
Keep going
Jeez.
down. Keep
Yeah,
going down.
I'll get there. I'll get there. I just want to say that the black police officer that is in the bush, that is not how you get weed.
Oh yeah, I missed
That's
him.
just not how you get weed.
That is very, very interesting. Is that sort of like a form of loitering? Is it?
no, he's checking the suspect for weapons.
Yes, and she has mass weapons of destruction.
Yeah, she must have said she had a weapon in the bush, and he got a little confused.
Yes, men do normally. Oh, fuck me. I see the picture. Take rape seriously. We do. That's why it's a criminal offence. Justice for survivors. That's why they go to court.
Now tell me, Mr. Voice of One, is any woman in there better than a sofa?
Show the picture again there, common sense guy.
Oh, I'm there. I'm sharing it. It's that picture right there. I mean, I know what one
the
I'm
one in the
taking
white
home.
jacket looks as if, she'd do all right with a bit of chloroform, but,
She looks like she's sneezing.
she's about to sneeze.
Yeah, she looks like she's going to sneeze.
Well, one
Okay,
looks like
I
going
know
to
what I'm
sneeze.
taking home, but I don't like the look of yours, which is take rape seriously.
Yeah, the one on the left, the Justice
Actually-
for Survivors, is definitely in the middle of an achoo, isn't she? Where the one on the other side, on the right, she actually looks like she's yawning.
Yeah.
Well, the one on the right actually looks like the female version of common sense guy.
Oh, now that. You went for the balls. He just basically stuck a cactus up your ass with that one. That was
To
nasty.
be fair, I can't fucking grow hair that long, and my hair hasn't receded that far past my forehead yet.
But as a typical
So I
feminist,
think you're lying.
Typical feminist, though, with common sense, she can probably grow a beard faster than you.
She can grow a beard faster than all of us. Shut the fuck up. Stop taking my little in. I don't like any of you. You're all so horrible.
Yeah, I think it's a hormone imbalance. I think it sort of makes them just incredibly, crazy. I think it's just called being female.
I mean, it's a thyroid problem, and they probably need to lose a bit of weight.
Yeah, common sense guy is just big boned.
I'm not big boned. I'm fat as fuck. But I chose to be that way.
You never hear a bloke ever saying he's big boned, he's fat, and he's proud.
Well, I'm not proud, but I am who I am, and I put myself the way where I am.
It's fine, common sense. He's just jealous, mate. He's jealous because you don't have a fetish to blow people up.
It's not just that. He obviously looks at me, realizes that I must have enough money to keep myself this fat, and just wants to do it.
Takes effort, mate. More effort than people realize.
It takes a fuck ton of effort to be this fat. You got to eat constantly. Almost like eating a cake on a fucking stream every time you're on.
Yeah. But on the plus side, though, you could be as hyperactive as Mr. Ogre is. That takes a lot of sugar and a lot of weed to keep him that active.
Well, not so much the weed. It's more sugar and alcohol.
Does it the trick?
Yeah. I mean, the weed actually stops him from going overboard. So, yeah.
So, what do we learn from this little article, then, boys? Apart from the fact that a 15-second star of a show long forgotten is trying to get back into the headlines by writing a load of shit on her body to fling herself in front of Bill Cosby. He shows no interest, and they suddenly say, case dismissed.
I definitely don't think that this case is going to be case dismissed.
I mean, actually, this is all he has to do is say, listen, I never raped any of them. They were literally throwing themselves at me, and all he has to say is, look at Exhibit A.
Yeah, I think that definitely has to take interpretation out of the context of what was actually happening there.
You know as well as I do now, Mr. Common Sense, in the court of law, content is irrelevant.
Yeah.
So if a woman throws herself at Big Cosby and he doesn't rape the shit out of her, then he's obviously not capable of doing it, so case closed.
Well, no, I was going to say, no, that comes up to a different case then. That comes up to misogyny then. Because why didn't he rape the woman when she was throwing herself at him? Obviously, he does not like women.
Oh, I see. Well, that just means he might be a closet homosexual, which means he cannot be persecuted.
Oh, a black gay guy. I wonder how many points you get for that.
That is definitely... I think you still could be imprisoned, but it would be for something like Islamophobia.
Ooh, what about if he's a black Muslim gay?
Well, he'd be killed by his own long before the police get there.
I was going to say his life expectancy is pretty low.
Yeah, as long as he's not actually in a Muslim community, he's just Muslim.
It's not a sad state of affairs where now we actually judge people on their privilege points. I mean, I've no idea about her. She must have some. I mean, she's obviously I'm assuming what they call mixed race, although she seems to have got a lot of slap on to make her face look as white as possible, even though she's got the electric afro, isn't she? And by electric, I mean spit and what's called 240 straight up the arm. But she's got. I mean, I'll give her privilege points. No, she can't have privilege points for being black. She's oppressed, isn't she?
Yeah, she's oppressed points.
This is like a game of cards, isn't it? Trying to figure out
top trumps.
Trying to figure out the full rules of this. But that's probably the reason why they had to let her go. She's not quite as black as I'm assuming that must be part of Cosby's maybe legal team. They're very black, so they got a lot more oppression points than she does.
Right, I think this story is definitely going downhill.
I think you've just come up with a fantastic idea for a new game. I think the kids will love this.
Yes, we're not playing Oppression Mania.
Yeah,
we're definitely not playing the generational oppression game.
The oppression game.
Oh.
Now that would be very entertaining if short-lived, I suspect.
I think it would be very short-lived because there would be so many fucking complaints from just everybody.
Well, especially when the Jewish family ended up winning.
They're not even allowed on. They would just win straight away.
Oh, no. I think I'd have like Jeremy Corbyn as the judge.
Oh, that's fine. Then the Jews would never win then, would they?
Oh, no. It would be a mistake through the art of, too many oppression points actually turn into privilege. So suddenly all the blacks end up and all the gays end up being disqualified.
Yes, and all the Jews somehow get pushed forward. And the holiday is to somewhere beginning with A. I can't remember where it is, but yeah, somewhere along there. Anyway, I'm fucking this stream up. Let's not go down this way. Fuck both of you.
If you want to leave a good idea behind, that's up to you.
I'm leaving it behind. Destroying the stream. Trying to be serious here. I think at some point. No, I just want to go to the story. There we go. We're at the story. So we actually touched on this yesterday, Mr. Bollocks, with All Well and Good, and Voice was here as well as myself and Ogre.
Mhm.
But now
I was washing my crotch as I was listening to you.
I know. I really wanted to make sure that I had a really deep voice at that point, so you could just make it vibrate and you could feel it.
Oh,
So
I did. Yeah, I dropped the soap several times.
That's nice. To be fair, I'm looking at that police woman's ass, and it's not that bad. That's the only reason why I have not actually carried on reading the story. A little bit.
I've clicked off it now, but never mind. I'll just pretend it was nice.
Though, to be fair, looking at the bloke's one, is his trousers falling all the way down? Because they don't look like they're supposed to be like that.
You're trying to be black in the black neighborhoods, hang the trousers down, carry his 9 in the back pocket.
Was that like the male copper trying to show her what real misogyny was?
That's the reason why he's got his hand round the front. Here, love, look at this misogynistic piece.
Maybe he's masturbating.
Look, lads, let's fucking stop this. Let's continue the stream. Stop taking me down a rabbit hole. I don't want to go.
Oh, God, you just said rabbit hole. Is that a euphemism?
Yes. No. Shut up.
Move on. Come on.
6 arrested in Berlin after foiling an alleged knife attack at half marathon on Sunday. So obviously yesterday. So 6 people have now been detained in Germany after police foiled an alleged knife attack at a half marathon in Berlin. Police arrested the men, sorry. I was going to say, what do you mean the man? Who are aged between 18 and 21. So they're all very young then. After carrying out searches in the area, one of the apartments Berlin police raided before the race was also searched after the Christmas market attack in 2016, according to the German newspaper Die Welt. It's believed that the main suspect has connections with Anis Amir, the Tunisian who killed 12 people and injured 56 others when he drove a truck of peace he hijacked into the crowded market in the city. The suspect had in his possession 2 knives which had been sharpened. Yay. A record of 36,000 athletes entered the half marathon with thousands of people lining the streets, which ended with no reported incidents.
Yeah, but half of them were women and they were running away from the Muslims. They weren't actually part of the marathon.
I'm not sure if we can actually confirm that. I'm not sure if we can confirm that one.
Right. I wonder if Flora actually sponsored that marathon like they used to sponsor the London Marathon, because these lads with the knives just might have been, buttering scones and muffins for the runners or something, as opposed to actually wanting to go out and stab a load of people.
The right to hold a butter knife and defend myself with a butter knife will never be infringed.
You see, that's the one thing they never look for, do they? Take the knife off them. Well, hang on a minute. Yeah, a bit of margarine on there. He's all right. Carry on.
Yeah, but maybe the margarine was for someone else.
Yeah, it was for margarine.
The attack.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to explain that to me.
Are you taking the piss?
Yes. I was hoping you were going to say you keep it under your sofa.
Or rather in between it to make sure that it doesn't get too tight.
I do like the fact, just for a moment there, I was able to pull off a serious enough voice that one honestly thought I wasn't, whether I was joking or not.
It's all right. It's all going down in the book.
Hey, that's fine, mate. If I stay stockpiling of a lot of electronics and Semtex, I know what's going on.
I suppose I should bring it back to the actual story.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, the record of 36,000 athletes itself, with 6 people that were intending to actually attack, from what we remember from yesterday, were actually going to attack the runners as well as the people in the actual marathon itself. So that could have been really fucking bad. Really, really fucking bad.
Well, no, you have to think about it. Like, you're going to attack a group of professional runners. How are you going to catch them?
You stand in front of them.
Yeah, but they all have to do is stop and run away.
Yeah, but by the time that they realize that you are doing something, they will not be able to run away because you've stabbed them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bad plan. I would attack, like I don't know. What do you call it? A kindergarten or something. Somewhere where they can't run away.
No, but that's the point of trying to attack this. The fact that it's supposed to be in police presence. That's the point of prevalence of causing the terror, to realize that you're not safe. If you got a big, massive group of around about 100 people running past you, you probably got about a 1 in 10 chance to try and stab somebody. So in that point in time, you probably got 10 people dead out of that 100 quite easy. You got 6 people doing that. You've got 60.
I like the fact that Voice is actually the sort of scenario we've created here is the idea of having a bunch of unfit terrorists who are actually not able to kill anybody because they can't keep up with the runners. That would go down as possibly one of the biggest fuck-ups in terms of a terrorism act ever if it had actually happened that way. You just see all these, fucking blokes in dresses tripping over their beards and their fucking skirts, trying to keep up with these runners and not actually killing anybody. Maybe one might fall on his own fucking butter knife, but other than that, nothing.
As much as I would really love that to happen, I'm actually really happy that the police actually did something or actually catch these people.
You said they were all teenagers, didn't you, Common Sense?
Sorry, mate?
You said they were all teenagers. Maybe they hadn't learned how to drive yet.
18 to 21. 18 to 21. Yeah, they're who are aged between 18 and 21. That's the thing that really worries me about this type of ideology as well. It's always young people that seem to be the ones that get caught. And unfortunately, it's always the older ones which are fucking more wiser, so to speak. Or more
it's the younger ones are too stupid not to realize you shouldn't use social media or your phone to transmit this stuff because they can easily trace it. Where the older lot, I suspect, just still do it via old-fashioned word of mouth, don't they?
Yeah. I miss the days when terrorists, actually, killed themselves. Had the decency to do the right thing. None of these
think they want to. They think that if they start slashing people and all that, the old Bill's going to turn up and they can shout Alan Snack Bar, do a little dance and get shot.
Hang on a minute. I like the old days where terrorists actually killed themselves. You're fucking Northern Irish, you cunt. Nobody fucking actually died when they were terrorists.
Listen, we're not talking about terrorists over here. We're talking about Muslim terrorists.
Oh, okay. So we can't talk about Northern Irish terrorists or Irish terrorists. We have to talk about the Muslims, do we? Well, I don't want to. You're discriminating.
Yes.
Fucker.
I actually, Common Sense, he could have flipped that around because you technically were making out there because of the Irish accent. He must have something to do with terrorism, even though we know he does. That's not the point.
All Irish people do.
Yes, every Irish person has some connection to someone.
Exactly. Everybody knows somebody.
I would try to refute it, but it's probably not far from the truth.
Okay, does anybody else have anything actually relevant to the story to say?
Yeah, if you're going to watch any kind of marathon, half marathon or whatever, do your sandwiches at home. Don't try and make it at the event. You might get arrested.
Yeah, and make sure that you stay off social media. Don't tell people you're making sandwiches on social media.
Yeah, no announcing to the world, cheese and biscuits, the race is about to start. You'll be fucking on the floor in minutes.
Oh, cheese and biscuits, I'm coming. Over. Shit. Don't let people know you have a food fetish.
Yeah, it's not trying to tell you have one of those.
Shh. Nothing happened. Nobody heard. It's fine. Hi, everyone.
I've seen I get you to ejaculate.
I don't want to ejaculate.
Well, at least this way, all you need then is the crackers.
I am crackers. I mean,
I thought you said this was going to be serious tonight, Common Sense. I'm highly disappointed.
I can't help it.
I think Common Sense guy's been in the sugar again.
No, I just can't help it. The thing is, I try to be so serious most of the time, but I'm not. I'm not a serious guy.
Yeah, that's what happens when you invite on a loony and a terrorist to your stream. You really shouldn't do it, mate.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to work out which one's fucking which. I know the Northern Irish guy normally is the one you would assume.
I suppose you could say I'm a stream terrorist because I go onto any stream and I just try and blow it up.
Well, no, you don't blow it up. You derail it. So that there is something completely different.
Oh, right.
If you were actually blowing it up,
I'm sort of like a 7-7 bomber type of streamer, aren't I? Because I love to derail everything.
yes.
Ba-bum.
Yes. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, bum.
Ba-bum. Literally ba-bum.
Well, there was only one bomb. His other shoe didn't go off.
Oh, that's right, yes. Yes, good memory, common sense. You're learning tonight, children. Pay attention.
Yeah. He didn't do his shoelaces up well enough.
Was that the official report, was it?
No, it was something to do with the sole of his shoe. He couldn't actually click it to make it actually go off properly.
Oh, damn it, Black. If only I had Velcro shoes.
Jensen, why did you think that I was a fucking furry, you bastard? Why the fuck did you think I was a furry? Is it because I have lots of hair?
He's not a furry, but he does like bronies.
Every now and again.
And a very quiet moment after midnight.
Well, maybe not after midnight. It's a bit late.
Should we do number 3?
No, you're derailing the stream well enough by itself, so no.
I insist. Do number 3. I won't really derail this.
Well, okay then. As you're the leader of the stream. Wait, no, hang on a minute. Fuck you. I'm doing it, sir. I'm doing it. I'm going to it. No, that's pictures. We don't want pictures. Nobody wants pictures. Nobody wants to see them. Right, okay. Right. Syria conflict. Russia says no evidence of a Duma chemical attack. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said that no evidence has been found of a chemical weapons attack in Syria, formerly rebel-held town of Duma. Medical sources say dozens were killed in Saturday's alleged attack, but numbers are impossible to verify. Mr. Lavrov said Russian specialists and AIDS workers have visited the area, which rebel fighters have started leaving under a surrender deal. The US and France, have threatened a joint, I love a joint, strong response.
What the fuck are the French going to do? Show up and run away?
Well, they like to pretend that. Well, they've got 2 republics, didn't they? So they want to pretend that they know what they're doing. You know, Macron can say, "Well, I showed the rebels. I was making sure I was against Russia and Syria. Please don't hurt me."
Oh yeah, Macron, the guy who married an OAP. Really going to take him seriously.
Well, at least he married an OAP and married somebody rather than a fucking sofa.
Sofa never leaves.
Nor does the OAP. You can't get rid of an OAP. They can't run away quick enough.
Don't look at it this way. There is one thing that Voice and Macron have in common, which is they're both fucking leather.
US President Donald Trump said on Monday that the situation was being assessed and major decisions would be made within 48 hours. The claim from Russia, which has intervened militarily in Syria.
Remember, everybody, the Common Sense guy is supposedly, quote unquote, in college.
I'm not in college. I finished.
That's even fucking worse. You've been there and you still can't fucking read.
You can always read it.
Not my stream.
Oh, it's not your stream, is it? Oh, okay. Well, shut the fuck up then. The government came across videos shot by rescue workers on Saturday showed lifeless bodies of men, women, and children with foam at their mouths, which nobody actually saw any of those.
Foam at their mouths? Yeah, no, that's just a typical Saturday night in most city centres. It's not
depends.
foam. I can tell you, it's definitely not foam, but it has come from the stomach.
It actually really depends what part of town that you're actually in. If you're in a dirty part of town, then you know that you're getting foam coming from your mouth, and it's not from alcohol.
Oh, you're talking about the back alleys, aren't you?
The Syrian American medical.
Jesus Christ!
I think you've answered that yourself, haven't you? Common sense. Tacky teeth, mate.
No, my teeth are fine.
No, it causes tacky teeth.
Oh, I need to stop them. Said more than 500 people were brought to the fuck's sake to medical centers in the eastern Ghouta region near the capital Damascus with symptoms indicative of exposure to chemical agent, including breathing difficulties, blushing skin, mouth foaming, fucking hell, corneal burns, and
I'm really glad my fucking tax money's going to pay for.
Fuck you! Your tax money didn't do shit. I paid for my fucking crap.
Jesus Christ!
Go, blow something up.
I mean, we've all seen the film Idiocracy. You know, of what happens in America in the future. Well, you're looking at what happens to the UK in the future right now.
I'm not in the future. I'm of a middle age.
Come on, common sense. Be racist and kick the fucker.
I'm not that bad. I can handle a little bit of banter or a little bit of trying to take the piss out of somebody.
Keep going, mate. Keep going.
The estimates of how many people died range from 42 to more than 60 people, but medical groups say numbers could rise as rescue workers gain access to basements where hundreds of families have sought refuge. UN Security Council is currently meeting to discuss the allegations. I will get through this stream. Mr. Lavrov spoke hours after a deadly attack on a Syrian military airbase, which Moscow and the Syrian government blamed on Israel, which is the next story, so we won't even fucking bother with that one. Oh, fuckers, after you took the piss out of me that much from reading the story, did you actually understand the cunting thing?
I didn't say a thing. Your reading ability was beautiful. And I'd like you to do it again.
You did not defend me. You are culpable as well, so shut up.
No, I will agree with Bollocks here. Your reading ability was great for a 7-year-old.
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
I would really like to see your level with reading when you're on a live stream. I would like to see that.
I'd like to hear Voice actually read a bomb-making kit. I don't know why it would just sound so authentic. I want to know who actually is buying all this, because this is one of the very rare times that I hear Corbyn say something and I think you might actually have a point.
Wait, what did he say?
He actually said that he wouldn't actually directly blame Assad, which is hardly surprising. He is a mate, but it's all the timing of this so-called attack is just a little bit suspect to me. That's all.
A little. Especially with America wants to pull out.
Well, you know what that's like. Pulling out before you finished.
He doesn't pull out. It's a sofa, for fuck's sake. It goes down the back.
No. You see, if he doesn't pull out until he's finished, that means he's got to wash it.
Not if it's down the back and down the hole.
He's Irish. He hasn't got the money to have a posh wank.
Oh. Fair enough.
This coming from the sheepshagger.
He's not fucking Welsh. He's not fucking Denson Quinn or RPR.
Now, this is interesting. Even he can't tell where somebody comes from in the UK. I can recognise an Irish accent at 50 paces. Why'd you know? Sinister sounding.
You all sound the same to us anyway.
Oh, you racist fucker.
Well, I'll tell you what, you fucking Scots all sound the same to us.
Yeah, the voice of Scotland.
Anyway.
What do we actually... I know what Magic Bollocks says. I actually agree with him in part, because the timing of this does actually really look fucking suspicious, to the point of America were going to pull out, Syria themselves, as a government, were actually just about to take Douma anyway. It would have been about an extra 2 to 3 weeks before this actually happened, and they would have took it anyway. They were offering the surrender deals before they even this even happened. So it does look very, very suspect. And again, why would you, knowing that America are going to pull out, so you wouldn't have to worry about anything, why would you then attack your own people and rebels again, just to make sure that America either hit you with missile attacks and stay in? Why the fuck would you do that? Why would any self-respecting, supposedly intelligent person actually do that?
Money.
There's literally no reason.
Money. I just give you a reason.
Money is no reason for you being blown up by the Americans.
Yeah, but you're not getting the money. The leaders are getting the money, the ones who did this. Although I have to admit here, I don't care about this because at least there's 42 less fucking ragheads about. So, yeah. Now you're demonetized.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to deem that with an answer. But
well, at least not publicly.
No, I do find this really suspect. I mean, a lot of people would say, oh, it's conspiratorial. Why would you even suggest that? It's just like, well, look at their fucking evidence that's put in front of you. For a start, none of the news agencies yesterday, at least in my country, in England, never actually fucking once said that it was a chemical attack. They were saying it was alleged a chemical attack. Then it was an alleged gas attack. And it stayed like that for the rest of the day. And then it was a case of they're not even sure if there actually is an attack there now.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't really fucking know. I mean, I had a look at the Sky report where they were showing the pictures of the kids. And that report was just spun over and over and over again as apparently more people being injured and shown to be injured. That just didn't work. Not for me. That just didn't work. It was the same kids going in and out. And most of the kids, if they were supposed to be infected by chlorine and things like that, most of them wouldn't have been able to even scream out, let alone come in crying and just having a bit of fucking water sprayed over the top of them, and that's going to be good enough to get rid of something like that. No, that's not how it works. I've had my rant.
No, it's a very good rant, actually. I mean, I was always under the impression that Syria was on the sort of hit list because didn't they originally have a plan of taking out several nations once Iraq was done? It was Syria, Iran, Iraq, and
I think you'll find it's to do with money. They were going to change.
Oh no! It was all weapons of mass destruction. Doesn't matter if they didn't find any. That was the official line. I believe it.
Yes, of course. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's to do with the fact that they were going to change their currency from dollars again.
There's also that other slight issue about bringing in an alternative supply of natural gas into Europe via other means than just Russia, isn't there?
Oh yeah, that was correct. Russia were going to run a fucking pipe through there so they could get more access to fucking. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
You see, the thing is, whoever basically controls Syria will be able to control which way that pipeline goes.
Yep.
So you see, there's a slight conflict of interest there in two ways, isn't there? Obviously, Putin wants to make absolutely certain that Syria never falls in as a Western ally, and obviously the West wants Syria as a Western ally because that means then they've got the free reign to pump oil and gas into Europe via an alternative route if they want to.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Vice, are you actually going to say something constructive, or are you going to be a terrorist and try and blow this stream up again?
Honestly, I think we should be making friends with fucking Russia and fuck everybody else. They seem to be the only ones who are actually doing anything fucking useful.
Is it because they're white?
No, it's not because they're white. It's because, they're Russian.
So it's because they're white.
I know what it is. It's because he likes Russian women. That's why.
Fucking right, I do.
I prefer Swedish personally, and Denmark.
Is that traditional Swede or the new Swede?
Definitely the traditional.
It's not the traditional Swede because they have all been raped, so it must be the new Swedes.
Well, I'm sorry. Did you get off of your sofa to say something?
What did you say? I didn't understand.
That sounded very racist to me.
Are you calling me racist?
No, I was calling him racist.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Why
I
would
don't
we
call you
racist?
anything in memes. I just hear ticking in the background.
It's like bloody Hook all over again.
But there we go. I think that that the timing of this was incredibly suspect. I can't imagine that the Pentagon are too keen on American troops being withdrawn from Syria at any time. I'm sure Netanyahu might have made a phone call or two a couple of days ago just to make sure is that you ain't pulling out. You boys are going to stay there, aren't you? Are we? Yep. Just watch the news.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's amazing, that isn't it? Every time that any sort of conflict like Iraq and anything else like that seems to happen. Oh, we're just about to pull the troops out. Yep. Oh, look, next day. Oh, look, terrorist attack. Oh, something got blown up. We've got to stay.
Mm. There's always
So
these
what you're
events
saying
that happen,
is
don't
that-
they?
So you're saying, common sense guy, that the Jews are behind it all?
No, the Illuminati are.
Just trying to make sure.
I
Fucking
think
live
David
stream.
Icke's behind everything.
New World Order, bitches.
Mm. Yeah, him and Alex Jones are basically like a gay couple who are trying to fool us all.
Leave our frogs alone.
Yeah, Irish gay frogs.
Aye, now it's going a bit too far, fucker.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to insult the frogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, next.
Fuck you, Magic. Fuck you.
Yeah, if I'm going to derail it, I might as well take charge of it as well. Next.
No. You can all sit there and wait now. You can all sit there and wait until
That's fine. My left testicle's getting very itchy.
that's very, very interesting. I will
It is. I'll even
later.
put the mic down so you can hear the scratching if you want. No, that's a licking sound. That's very odd sound if you were scratching.
No, I was doing it so I was sucking, but if you don't want to appreciate it, then that's fine. I will take my sucking elsewhere.
It's okay. His
What if you were sucking my
his
balls
reason
in that moment?
wanted.
That's probably what was causing the itching.
Sorry. Right.
Either that-
Okay.
Either that, or it was one, and I'm allergic to Semtex.
It's probably one. You're probably allergic to Semtex, especially as one's on the other side, one voice is on the other side.
Ah, very good. Yes, I like that. Yeah, one on one side.
Yes, one on one side. Israel accused of deadly Syria airfield bombings. Russia says the raid. Sorry, I was going Irish. Sorry.
Were you? It sounded like you were autistic.
So now you know what you sound like.
Oh, that was a good one.
Thought to be a response to an alleged regime gas attack, is a dangerous development and blames Israel because everybody blames the Jews, don't they? 1,
2.
4. Fuck, that's not how you count. Israel have been blamed for an airstrike on a military airbase in Syria, which has reportedly killed more than a dozen people. The T4 airfield near the center of Homs was hit with missiles in a pre-dawn raid. The UK-based Syrian Observatory of Human Rights said 14 people have been killed. 3 were Iranian. According to
Have you ever read the kids at a special school? This is what you hear when they read their topper.
You can always read the rest.
If you want.
Yeah, I'd definitely be very, very happy for you to try and read the rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see it now because Magic's talking. Because you're not screen sharing.
I am screen sharing.
I can do it as Bosco voice of one, which holy tootin' flute here. Oh, look at that. The T4 first near the center city of Homs was hit, and a missile in the pre-dawn raid. Who'd have thought that? How's that?
You just sound as autistic as common sense guy now.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
fuck
I'm
you, I was
Irish,
more
that's
autistic
why.
than he was.
I said, that's just sounding Irish.
The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said 14 people have been killed. 3 were Iranian, according to Iran's Fars news agency. It is unclear who was behind the bombing. However, Syria and its ally Russia blamed Israel for the attack. Picture of bald people. Keep going.
That's actually in the description of that picture.
Moscow and Damascus claim 2 Israeli fighter planes carried out the airstrike remotely from the Lebanese territory. And Syria's air defense shot down 5 of the 8 missiles launched. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov described it was a provocation. Fuck. Cunt. Fuck off. And a very dangerous development.
Where did it say that bit? It's a provocation, fuck cunt. Where did it say it's not on my page? That Russian foreign minister is very unprofessional. Yeah. Provocation.
You are just, you're a cunt. I mean, like, it's not a good or a bad thing. You're just a cunt.
Honestly, these Russian ministers very, very unprofessional. Yes.
Anyway, I think we've read enough.
Can I have a go? Because you two have failed miserably here, haven't you?
No, you're actually intelligent. Go on, man.
Just go in there and say, I hope at least 4 fuckbollock cunts, US military, and all those other fuckwit shitbacks with assholes participating in the coalition led by the United States understand that fuckbollocks arsehole cunt.
Well, you have to remember, Magic, I haven't been college educated like the common sense guy.
What have you been educated by, just out of curiosity?
Not much.
Okay. Your sort of, personal attack on poor old common sense is a bit weak now, isn't it?
Yeah, just harmonizing on me.
Yeah, not only is he English, which means he does have many, many more privilege points than you, but he's also been to college. So, sorry, mate. You really, you should be doffing your cap, not slagging him off.
I'm doffing no one's cap.
Anyway, did you enjoy reading one? Did you enjoy reading?
He actually sounded very good. He sounded like one of them old sort of TVAM newsreaders they used to have.
Until he fucked up. Yeah, he did. He sounded all right.
They used to have the quota that they had to have people with regional dialects. So you'd have like one newsreader who was from Northern Ireland on, and everybody would be really tense, hoping he was just going to read the news.
I was coming back to the days of the channel when there was only 4 channels. Do you remember the Channel 4 breakfast program?
Which one? Do you mean the original?
It was just basically you had this clock and it was just little dots.
Oh, yeah. Corner. I thought you were going to say then, minute say the fucking Big Breakfast. I said, you don't look like Chris Evans.
No, that came years later.
Yes. Or what was the other one they used to have where they had that Irish presenter? Oh, Eamon Andrews. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's what you sound like to me.
Oh, that fucking wanker.
Common sense guy. This is your life.
Oh, fuck. I'm fucking off.
Actually, that wasn't Eamon Holmes. Who done This Is Your Life?
And Eamon Andrews. Yes.
So now we can't even get the fucking people right. What the fuck is this stream turned into?
Eamon Holmes is the was he the GMTV one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The big one.
And you don't like him either. I thought you'd be very proud of your countrymen, the ones who escaped and actually got proper jobs and made successes of themselves.
And then the traitors who run away.
What about someone like Liam Neeson? Eh? Going over to the States and making it big, making the same film over and over again.
No, after he was in the prequel Star Wars, he's dead to me.
Oh, what a thing.
Well, after or during or before?
All 3.
Okay. So should we actually tackle this story and actually pretend that we actually know what we're doing?
What was the story again?
I don't know, but you fucked it up.
I'd just like to say, before we go any further, he was dead to me after Rob Roy. because anybody who tries to do a Scottish accent, which keeps reverting to an Irish accent, loses respect.
And you think Rob Roy was worse than fucking Braveheart, the Australian Scottish guy?
No, I don't want to have a word said about Mel Gibson. What a legend, eh? How many other people can get away with that sort of, phone call to your ex and still have a career? Right, on with the story, lads.
So, do we reckon that Israel intervening in Syria is something to do with Middle Eastern plots, or do we think that it's a case of America saying you need to do something about this without us actually intervening? You know,
I think that it's better just to let Israel do what Israel does, and us, because I think if you intervene, you will get accusations of favoring Israel, and if you don't intervene, then you will get accusations of siding with Israel anyway. So you can't win. So it's better just to let them do what they do. It's like when they invaded Lebanon in the early 80s. They just do these things, and all you can really do is send out a peace envoy and some celebrities to entertain the troops are out there. That's all you can do.
Kind of sounds like America, to be fair.
Mm.
We're going to go attack Iraq. Okay, boys, you go be safe now.
What the fuck accent was that?
I don't know.
Sounded pretty cool to me. Do it again.
I don't know. I just do
Yes, no, do it again. I want to try and figure out where it's coming from.
Motherfucker, fuck you.
You know what it is? He thinks now you're related to fucking Liam Neeson. With a man of 1,001 accents.
just the one accent. Yeah, but I honestly think that's exactly the same as what America does. It's just a case of they just do it a lot better. We're going to go attack Iraq. You need to find out if there's weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, trust us. There's some there. Here, look at this. Quick, let's go.
Honestly, I think America should just pull everything out of fucking Israel, have nothing to do with them. Say, listen, you want to fight a war, go and fucking fight it yourselves.
Well, they should be able to. They bought enough equipment off us.
Exactly. That's the thing. Israel and fucking Syria are right next to each other, which makes you think, what else is going on? Because isn't that the next bit of the fucking pipeline that's supposed to come through?
Mm.
Well, this stream's going well.
That's all right. Clear loud banging in his background. I'm getting worried now.
No, it's all right. It's pulled the sofa out so he can get some leverage.
That's what I
say. Yep.
So I take it that this story is now dead then, because nobody actually wants to fucking talk about it.
I don't dare talk about it. You know what happens if you slag off Israel for too long?
Oh, it's fine.
On the plus side, though, common sense. I think our memberships to Momentum will be in the post.
Yeah, in that case, then I'm going to be conservative. Fuck Israel. Fuck them all. I don't want to be part of Momentum.
Yep. Now you're definitely going to be part of Momentum. You just basically sounded like you support Palestine.
Shit.
This is the great irony, isn't it? At the moment, you can't win no matter which side you sort of slightly oppose or support.
Go America! Go America! Fuck yeah!
Anakin, you're the chosen one, you know.
I think America's wonderful myself. Yeah, I think the Russians are quite nice as well, personally. Oh, sorry, I like everybody.
Do you fuck?
Well, except the Irish.
There you go.
No, I do like the Irish. They're slightly better than ever so slightly better than the French.
To be fair, between the Northern Irish and the French, I'd probably hate the Northern Irish more. I don't really like French that much.
Oh, I don't know. No, they are lovely people, really. I mean, nobody can be as fucking drunk and yet be so very good at actually not killing lots of British politicians at the same time. So I've got to give them respect for that, and the fact that they could potentially be the thing that actually derails the Brexit process as well because of this, open border thing.
No, I'm sorry. Fuck that. It does not need to have anything to do with Brexit. The European Union want a fucking border there. Put the fucking border there, the European Union. We don't have to. You want to break the fucking Good Friday Agreement, you break it.
There you go. All sorted.
Well said.
Yeah, I did something. It sounded intelligent.
Happy days. Right. On to the next one, Common Sense.
Fuck you, Magic.
That's fuck you, Magic, sir, if you don't mind.
I might add in the sir. You can fuck off. So. Please don't dox me any wages.
If we were earning money from this, I would have resigned by now.
I'm getting there slowly. Well, I'm sure everybody can see what the fuck I'm doing now. I suppose I do actually need to share to the fucking world, don't I? Nice. Present to everybody. Yes, please. Yay. There we
Well, if
go.
all else fails at Common Sense, stick your camera on and show us your ass.
No.
I don't think the camera's big enough.
Oh, now.
That's fine. I'm quite happy. Quite happy with that.
You fat shaming
the good
him.
thing is that you've been looking, so you've been trying to size it up. My
He's
ass is
fat-
not
he's
as
trying-
big as your fucking sofa, though.
He's trying to fat shame you. We've got a bigot on the stream with us.
It's fine. I'm not that bothered.
I am. You know, everybody pointed him hiss. Yeah, actually write your favourite feminist group on your chest and run towards Bill Cosby.
Fee-Man! Fee-Man! Or was that V-Man? I can't remember. Right, do you want to read this then, fuckface?
He's talking to you, one.
No, you answered your fuckface.
Victor Orban,
You fucked it up on the first bit.
I was going to try not do it. This isn't a serious stream. If I was doing a serious stream, you'd swear fucking Shakespeare was talking. Right.
Yeah, with a northern fucking accent and nobody can fucking hear.
Well, that's where he was originally from. Viktor Orban, Hungary's hardliner. You mean actual liberal who wants to do something good for his fucking country, seeks to tighten grip on power. You mean get democratically elected, don't you? Which newspaper is this? Your news.
Oh, you should have got the Guardian's view on this. I'd love to have heard him read that one.
In one of his early public appearances on 16th of June 1989, Viktor Orban gave a famous speech in Heroes Square, Budapest, on the occasion of the reburial of Amir Nagri and other national martyrs of the 1956 Hungarian Revolution. In his speech, In his speech, he demanded free elections and the withdrawal of Soviet troops. In March 1988, Orban was one of the founding members of Fidesz, originally an acronym for Vital Democratic Self. Yeah, I'm not touching that one fucking barge pole, which in English means Alliance of Young Democrats. In 1989, even Orban received a scholarship from the Soros Foundation.
Oh fuck, he's dead now.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I trust him. To study political science at Pembroke College, Oxford. Returning home from Oxford in 1990.
Well, I don't know.
So it was only a year. Look, he was elected member of Parliament. On 18th April 1993, he became the first president of Fidesz, replacing the national board that had served as a collective leadership since its foundation. Under his leadership, fuck you, cunt. Under his leadership, Fidesz gradually transformed from a radical liberal student organization to a centre-right People's Party. Fidesz won the 1998 parliamentary elections With 42% of the national vote, Orban formed a successful coalition with the Hungarian Democratic Forum, MDF, not the Wood,
I was
and
just about to say I got wood.
an independent smallholders Hungarian Workers' and Civic Party. Viktor Orban became the youngest prime minister of Hungary since the fall of socialism, serving between 1998 and 2002. The elections of 2002 were the most heated Hungary had expected in more than a decade. An unprecedented cultural political division formed in the country. In the event, Viktor Orban's group lost the April parliamentary elections. During the April 2010 paramilitary elections, Orban
Paramilitary? Funny you should come out with that.
It was a Freudian slip.
Mm.
52.73% of the popular vote, with a two-thirds majority of seats, which give Orban enough authority to change the constitution. As a result, Orban's government added an article in support of traditional marriage in the constitution and a controversial electoral reform, which lowered the number of seats in Parliament of Hungary from 386 to 199. We need that here because we have too many fucking politicians. Happy family about to get blown up by a Muslim. Orban's blend of soft Euroscepticism, populism, and the national conservatism has seen him compared to politicians and parties as diverse as David Cameron's Tories.
I'm pretty sure that's not right, but whatever.
Yeah. Jaroslaw Kozlowski's Law and Justice, Salvino
Berlusconi.
That
Berlusconi.
Oh, fuck off.
Magic take over. Magic take over.
Yes.
No, it's all right. He's doing such a great job.
No,
I'm going to give him a round of applause in a minute.
He's struggling. Save the poor lad.
Silvio Berlusconi's Forza Italia, Marine Le Pen's Front National, Donald Trump, Recap, Poyed Iskvan, and Vladimir Putin.
What was that? I'm sorry. I know that how the second last name is said. So try it again.
Tapied Estrogen. That's how you pronounce it in.
It's
Turkey.
not. It's Ergon.
No, that's how the West pronounce it. I pronounced it the way they say it in his country.
Yeah,
the way it's supposed to be said.
Yes.
And Vladimir Putin. Yes. Orban's second and third premierships have been the subject of significant international controversy, and reception of his political views is mixed. The 2011 constitutional changes enacted under his leadership were, in particular, accused of centralizing legislative and executive power, curbing civil liberties, restricting freedom of speech, and weakening the constitutional court and judiciary. For these reasons, some critics have described him as what?
Irredentist?
I thought irredentist.
Iridescent.
I was going to irredentist. I prefer that one, which is he doesn't care about your teeth. Right-wing populist, authoritarian, autocratic, Putinist, and a strongman as a dictator.
Hang on a minute. Does that mean the Putinist? Does that mean he supports Putin, but yet doesn't like socialism or Russia?
Apparently not.
I have to say, that's the first time I ever heard Putinist. You know, it's a bit strange.
Well, there's always a "ness" for something, the same as there's always an "ism" for everything.
Oh, well. He's a very interesting character, that's for sure. You might, it was quite interesting looking at the mainstream press in this country and throughout Europe, who are all saying that he was going to lose seats to the opposition and they would be a lot closer to him. And instead, the results gone in completely the opposite direction. And all they were trying to do today was do what they did with the Italian elections, which is they'll talk about it briefly and then tomorrow there'll be nothing. They'll just pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, I find it actually quite interesting. The way that Sky were reporting on it yesterday, we're actually trying to suggest that, the actual election in itself is already going to be skewed because the state owns all the media, or most of the media, and it's state funded. It's like, are you trying to allude to the fact that the BBC are state funded and, what you're trying to say, that they're corrupt? Are you having a Freudian slip here? Or is it just me?
Yeah, they can't quite grasp that these sort of Eastern Bloc countries are very proud of their culture and their heritage, and they'd like it to stay that way. Also, I suppose they don't really understand that maybe politicians in some of these countries actually do what they're supposed to do, which is carry out the wishes of the people rather than just pocketing as much money from their party donors and feathering their own nests for later careers.
Yeah, look at Poland for that one. How the fact that everybody voted to basically not let anybody in. So the Polish ministers actually went against their constitution, changed the constitution, and then told Europe to fuck off. They're not having anybody in.
Yes, how many trucks of peace attacks have they had?
None.
Yeah, it's funny that all these countries that were under the thumb of communism or a form of communism just a few decades before, funnily enough, don't want to embrace the ideas of socialism/communism again. It's weird, that, isn't it? It's only the countries that haven't had it enforced on them thus far seem to be thoroughly embracing it at the moment.
You see, though, what they had, though, wasn't real communism. It hasn't been done.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I forgot. I always forget that.
So you should. I mean, not.
Yes. Oh, hail the great leader, Corbyn.
Yes. For the greater good.
It is.
Yeah, that's what Hitler said as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Corbyn started coming out with something that Hitler said.
No, you got to remember that, you know, Corbyn is a very principled man.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to say something else because that's just fucking bollocks.
That's what they all say, though, don't they? They said, well, you know, I don't agree with everything, but he's a very principled man, isn't he?
Well, I like the way that everybody always said this is going to be a fucking hating on Corbyn stream. I can feel it. I love the way that everybody says, oh, Corbyn's a man of the people. He's on 200 and something grand a year now he's leader. His house is worth just under £1 million. He actually was going to build an office in front of his house, so much so that the people that are around him produced a petition to stop him from doing it. But yeah, he's a man of the people, and he's only ever been a politician for his whole working life. Yep, definitely a man of the people. But he's done so much for people. He's so friendly. Yeah, his friends are not people that are English. His friends are people that are from Hamas. Might want to take a quick look at who he actually is friends with.
Yeah. I would have thought that Voice would actually be quite a fan of Mr. Corbyn myself.
See, he wouldn't be a fan of Corbyn because he's not Republican. It's only Republican.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologise.
No, don't apologise. I'd happily blow up the fucker. And yes, if there's any agencies listening, come ahead and try and arrest me. I don't give a fuck. I'll gladly take a 3-month stay in jail.
The thoughts and views expressed on this stream are the thoughts and the views of everybody else on the stream and do not reflect the common sense in any way whatsoever.
I was going to say, I think we know what we're going to be talking about on Friday now, anyway.
Common sense, I think you're a bit late. In fact, you're about an hour too late to have said that.
No, you've actually literally just said, I'd blow him up. That's completely different to actually joking about everything we've actually said and done.
Okay, I will rephrase. I'll skin the bastard alive. How about that?
The views expressed by the Voice of One is actually what the Voice of One really truly means. And also, he told me in confidence that before he would blow him up and skin him, he would actually have sex with him.
Because then he holds a goal.
Yeah, what he would do, he'd actually cut his backside off and stick it into his sofa.
I can neither confirm
Ogre, this is what happens when you leave us alone. Ogre, we need you to come back.
Well, there you go. To everybody in the chat, you didn't expect to get that kind of conversation today, did you?
No, sorry. I've just looked at something that Means of Destruction has just actually said, and he says, but Jeremy Corbyn is honest. Yes, Jeremy Corbyn is honest when he's not speaking.
Jeremy Corbyn is very honest with his hypocrisy.
He's very consistent. He's not honest. He's very consistent.
He's very consistent with his hypocrisy, yes. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Well, are you feeling confident now, Mr. Common Sense?
On what? That you're the only one that's capable of reading in a straight line? Yes.
Well, not so much that. The fact that we've now gone for an hour and a half and we've managed to do all 5 of the stories that there were, and we've also managed to come up with no credible answers to any of the questions asked. That's quite impressive.
I'm very proud of each and every one of you fuckers.
How did we not come up with answers?
This is the whole point of the stream, is that we talk about various things in the news and we try to come to some consensus about it. And tonight we've failed particularly badly.
All right, do a quick rundown of the title of the stories, and we'll get.
No, it's too late. You didn't pay attention. It's too fucking late. Don't come back now trying to be all the big man in the world. You can't fucking do it.
Well, if the fucking audience watching isn't going to pay attention, why should I?
The audience.
Oh, there's anybody who hasn't slagged off tonight. He's actually now going to go at the poor fuckers listening to this rubbish.
Yeah, there's 14 people. Don't belittle my stream.
Well, there's 7 people and 7 bots.
I think you're all lovely people, and I'll tell you why I think you're all lovely people is that I think you should all probably make a donation to Common Sense's PayPal now as a way of saying sorry.
If anybody should be doing that, you fuckers, is you two, you cunts.
That's all right. This is the thing. We have technically entertained them, and nothing in life is free, is it?
Well,
think of this as, if saying you went to a whorehouse and you were expecting to get, the full treatment, and all they ended up doing was sucking your toe. So you're not gonna pay, full whack for that, but maybe just chuck him like £2 or something. You're not particularly satisfied, but you got something, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm going to quickly change the conversation. I'm going to pick up something that Means of Destruction has just said. This stream is right up there with CNN airport viewership. The only thing that I have a problem with that is don't fucking call us CNN.
Ooh, is he trying to say we're fake news? Is he?
No, I think he's trying to say that not many people watch CNN and it's in the airport. But then again, I don't really know. I don't really care. It's only memes.
Well, that's a bit ironic since he's saying about people not watching and yet he's watching. So
stop fucking tipping on Pornhub then, memes, and actually fucking give us some money if you got that much money to pay on Pornhub.
Well, my suspicion is that memes is probably waiting in for his new sofa to be delivered and it hasn't come yet. Which is why he's on listening to us. He's bored.
Is it that part of that MDF party?
It could be, couldn't it? Oh, you sound like he's got a thing for certain wood.
Yeah.
We love your memes, really. We know you're just a little sensitive.
Just a little bit left.
Yeah. So we won't say much more, but we know a lot.
Oh, why did you have to say that, Spurs? I now actually have that in my head. Corbyn and Abbott in it. At it. Well,
that's easy. You just imagine a kid jumping onto a slightly overinflated bouncy castle.
No, you can't. That doesn't even cover it. There's so much more grosser tease apart it. So much more.
Well, actually, since we've gone that far down the rabbit hole now that you're actually in the den with them, and we're talking about that wonderful creation, Diane Abbott. If you were on that desert island, Common Sense, and you realize you had enough food to keep you going for several months, and there's a chance you might be rescued.
Why does everybody keep on asking me these type of questions?
I'm sorry.
On Friday, I had it on Sunday. Why the fuck?
Yeah, and you see what you think is a capsized ship, and you go over and you notice it's just Diane Abbott, what's called us that all washed up on the shore.
The wow that is Diane Abbott.
Yeah, and she is herself to start with, but after a month or so and all that, and desperation starts creeping in. Would you have to? Do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with yes. I would absolutely kill her and then use her body as a boat.
A dinghy, then.
I would use her as a dinghy, not a condom, as a dinghy.
Mate, you could use her as as a submarine.
No, I don't want to go under the water, otherwise I wouldn't be able to fucking breathe. I'm not sticking my head anywhere near or inside.
Mate, there's plenty of hot air in there to keep you alive for months.
Yeah, that means I have to go inside her, and there's no part of me going inside her.
Yeah. Yeah, but think about how many, oppression points you get when you get back home.
I wouldn't get any impression points. She would. A white man killed a black woman and rode her into
You
the fucking
did not
port.
kill her. In fact, you rescued her. Okay, the body. She might actually be dead, but you got the body home, didn't you?
Yes.
You might actually be able to, use her body to actually sit next to Corbyn at Prime Minister's questions and get up and say something really inappropriate.
I just want to point out here that apparently, going by common sense's rules, me saying I would kill a politician, which everybody would agree with, it is bad. But apparently, bollocks wanting to mutilate another politician and use her body as a dinghy is perfectly fine.
Whoa, hang on a minute. I never said about killing her. He said that, not me. I was just saying if he was on the beach with Abbott washed up, and he originally thought it was a capsized boat. But she's alive, she's well, she's fine. It's up to him then what happens next.
Hang on. I can clear my own name, darling. I'll just give me a second. I'll clear my own name. Magic Bollocks actually said that it was a theoretical point. You just fucking said that you're going to kill the cunts.
Yes, that's true. How very Irish of you.
So basically, I'm the only honest one on the stream then.
No, you're the only one that's stupid enough to fucking say it, twat.
Why am I stupid? Come on, honestly. Who hasn't wanted to kill the entirety of Parliament at least once?
The views and expressions viewed on this.
I'd like to see them out of a job. I don't know if I've actually wanted to terminate their existence. So again, I think we're starting to see slight cultural differences here from members.
Not all cultures are beautiful.
Are you being bigoted towards my culture?
No, we're just pointing out that your culture is just not beautiful as ours.
The good thing is we can be at the moment, and we know that you'd be counted as having the same privilege points as us, so we're okay.
Well, we'd have
the Irish have got a lot of hard work if they want to get some oppression points.
Well, I don't know. Let's just mention the potatoes and you'd be fine.
Yeah, it's been a couple of 100 years. Move on from the potato jokes already.
Notice how much that hurt him. Just saying the word potato is like, yeah, sharp, just move on. We told him that he fucks his sofa. We told him he fucks his sofa and he wasn't bothered. Potatoes, yeah, move the fuck on. You said enough.
Oh dear, yeah.
I think the Tars campaign against England coming up.
Do you know? We really should send this recording or just send the link for this stream to Antifa and see what they make of it.
You think Antifa has the balls to come to Northern Ireland?
No, I don't mean actually come to it. I want to see who they deem to be the person who's got the most privilege points out of the three of us.
Well, I'm the most stupidest.
Well, no, you're the most educated, according to one.
Yes, well, I know that for a fact that I'm not the most educated in the room, Magic Bollocks.
Hang on, what are you trying to imply?
Nothing, sir. Nothing.
Are you trying to imply that I'm actually what's called very well educated?
I'm not trying to say you are well educated.
I went to the University of Life, mate.
Yes, as well as the actual university.
That's all propaganda.
I've never made it to university, and I don't think I will. I can't.
Well, to a lot of people, they walk past one once, and that counts.
That doesn't count.
Oh, to them it did. When I was at Cambridge. Were you? Yes, I drove there, and I had a look around. And I came home.
Yes, I realised that saying hello in Latin was really hard.
Yes, but yes, that's. I think personally myself, I think one is one of those people who is probably a PhD, but he likes to, or he is doing like a thesis on the common man at the moment.
You use the feces on common man, or he wants to put feces on a common man.
Well, he might do. I know he wants to put semen on a sofa, but I don't know about the. I think he might be, doing an actual a write up about what the average working class man does with his free time now. So, don't.
Well,
be surprised.
we now know, don't we? They fuck their sofas.
If you see like a very dodgy scientific write up by a very Celtic name coming out, you'll know that we've been spied on all this time.
Yeah, well, you got that bit wrong. Everybody already knows Miriam.
What you say that is an assumed name?
No, I think it's Jeff.
Yes,
Jeff.
Jeffrey, whatever.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, he really needs to change his Twitter handle.
I don't care. I spread my name. I had none to hide, so fuck him.
Yeah, he like to say, "I'm the man. Here's my real name. By the way, if I ever see Corbyn, I will kill him."
Yes.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I think a pseudonym suits you better.
No, I'd rather be out there in the open and let people know if they want to hate me, they can hate me. They like me, they like me. I'd rather be upfront and honest and fucking say shit behind someone's back.
Oh, that's fair enough. I just wondered if it might become the voice of jail before long.
Yeah, I could use a 3-month break. Own gym, own room.
I was going to say.
Some sacks,
What was that last one?
I'm hoping he said sax, which is he's going to learn a brass instrument.
No, I'm pretty sure that he just said something that begins with S and ends in X.
Oh.
Hey, you take it when you can get it.
Well, in your case, you'll be getting it.
I'm a sure, so
Yeah, that'll be
that
the voice.
Took so long to actually reply to that. Edit.
Yeah, then we change it to the fucking voice of lube, wasn't it?
There's no lube in prison. Just don't.
No, it's spit.
Well,
no, but there are a lot of horny Muslims.
Not where I live.
Oh, that's fine. We're going to make sure that you get transferred to them.
Yeah, we're going to make sure you go to Wormwood Scrubs.
What about that? Quite good.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I quite like streams where people bring out honesty, and I think One's been very, very honest tonight, isn't he? In fact, you know that Memes of Destruction is trying to do that crowdfunder to send a copy of 1984 to every member of Parliament. Not, he's very original with stealing other people's ideas, memes. But
he's not bitter. He's not bitter.
But maybe we will do a crowdfunder for Voice of One to get his ticket to come over to London to actually try to assassinate the leader of the Labour Party.
I am not going to fund somebody's choice of either killing themselves or going to prison. I'm not funding that life choice.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just to know that, we played a part. And also, if he gets arrested in this country, he's going to go to a prison in this country, isn't he?
Yeah, but I can't abide by him making that life choice and me knowing that I've paid him for it. I just can't help it. I mean,
No. You don't have to put any money in yourself. Just start the crowdfunder, you see, common sense.
I'm not sure. I just can't deal with that on my conscience. Just him making that choice. I mean, I don't care what he does. It's just making the choice to go to prison or die.
What it is, I know what it is. You can't bear the thought of another fucking Irishman in this country. You probably had one. I think what it is, he's had one done his patio in the past, and it was such a shoddy job. He said, "I'm never having a fucking paddy in my neighborhood again."
To actually do any work on my house.
I honestly don't know who to be more offended by. Common sense for thinking we have a culture of bombing things, or Magic Bollocks who thinks we can't actually build.
Well, you can. You just build it very shoddily.
Yeah. Or you move to Liverpool and build it in Liverpool.
That's right.
Of all the jokes, that was the one that would get you fucking hit. Because I am the son of a builder and did spend time on the site. So, no.
What you basically learned there, one, is the art of drinking lots of tea, taking lots of money, and fucking off for a month with no contact details.
No, that's the English stereotype. We
I'm
not
having that. I'm not having that. It's fucking 3 months over here.
I'm not adding that. The Englishmen don't actually do the work; they employ fucking migrants to do it.
Yeah, actually, that's true. You wouldn't get that now. You get an Eastern European turn up because not only do you get the same, vanishing off the face of the earth for 3 months, but also when you do get hold of them, the actual answer machine's all in Polish.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to try and decipher through that. Are you coming to work or you're not? What's going on? Well, does any of the chat have any questions for any of us three? Otherwise, we're actually going to fuck off. Because this stream's kind of dying, and I think I shouldn't have done it. So
never regret anything, lad. Never.
I don't regret it. I just think that the stream's shit.
Well, I think it's been a good stream, personally. But
I enjoyed your reading.
Fucking hell! But you obviously have to go back to college and look up the word irony.
Hang on, did you say irony or IRA then?
As I said, and I stick by my earlier statement, Bollocks, you're a cunt.
We've got two amazing questions. Well, we've got one amazing question from Binary Surfer and one where it's just a case of there's no point actually asking it because we all know Undoomed would beat Sargon in an actual fight because Sargon's kind of a midget. I mean, in the political debate, no, Undoomed would beat him there as well.
No, yeah.
So, who would win in a fight, Sarkeesian or Riley Dennis?
Well, that's Sarkeesian. No, actually, I think Riley would win. He just knocked Sarkeesian out by, whacking her in the face with his fucking Adam's apple.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Well, I think it'll go down slightly different. I actually think that Riley Dennis would get so turned on by fighting a woman that he would end up fucking her.
Oh, of course, yes, because he's a lesbian tranny or something, whatever.
No, he's a straight man dating a straight woman who thinks he's a lesbian. Basically, he should be in a room with pudding at this time.
We were trying to explain what he thinks, but well done for pointing out to everybody what we already know.
Mentally ill is basically what you're trying to say.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm glad to see that the days of the freak show are long gone. These days, they just call it YouTube.
Oh dear. Right, does anybody actually have a worthwhile question in the fucking chat? Because this is not going to plan.
Well, I was hoping that somebody would actually throw something interesting out there, but at the moment, they're all sort of backhanding each other by saying that's a great question. They're all very nice to each other, I can't help but noticing. Actually, I want to know something, thinking of which, Binary Surfer is here now. Did you know that Binary Surfer has a wrench with Sargon?
Really?
Yes, I spotted it the other day when he was streaming with Angry Foreigner.
You motherfucker! You never even asked us
that boy gets
go
out, doesn't he? I was looking through all the chat, and of course nobody seemed to have a wrench. Nobody had a wrench. Nobody had a wrench, and suddenly Binary Surfer pops up. And I was going to say hello, but I thought I don't need to because he's already exposed himself. I reckon that that Sargon doesn't exist, and he's just like a virus that Binary Surfer's created.
To be fair, probably.
He's a very, very interesting character as O'Binary. I think we might actually have the Pentagon watching us, boys.
Well, at least one member of it.
I think it's nice to know that we've made so much of an impact with defending so many people tonight that they are taking an interest.
Hang on, just 1 second. Binary, remember, the voice of one said everything himself. Nobody forced him. It was all him. The views of him are by himself.
Oh dear, Colin said, I don't think anything's going to save you tonight, mate. I think you.
It's like this to any police who do watch this. I have to let you know I am Muslim.
Sorry.
Yeah, and he wants to be the first one in an Irish prison.
Yeah, he needs to convert a lot more people first.
No, it just means I'll never get arrested.
Oh, you'll get arrested. You just won't get prosecuted.
Well, not for the crime you did, anyway.
No. Well, actually, no. You won't even get done for if you rape somebody, you won't even get done for actually even statutory rape. You just get the case dropped.
Statutory rape? Does that mean actually raping them standing still?
No, it means obviously raping somebody who can't consent.
Ah, right. Okay. When it's like statutory, that meant to me that almost sounds like the wrong term. It just,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't like to be statutory when I'm raping personally.
Yeah. So basically, if you pick her up and you run with her, then you're not technically raping her.
Why do I get the awful suspicion that I won't be lonely in prison? There could be other members of this stream there as well.
I'm sorry, but rape with intent isn't quite there yet, is it?
Hey,
Besides,
I've
we
got
were just
really
talking about the legality about what classifies as it these days.
I've got a really good excuse anyway. When I was having sex with her, I shouted out surprise.
What's that? Don't be surprised about what's about to happen to you.
No. I wait by a bush. I see a girl walking past. I jump out and I shout surprise, and then I donkey punch her. Shit, I gave too much away.
What you boys get up to in between streams is your own business.
Hey, I'm really fat. I need to get laid every now and again.
Hey, if you get away with it, I'm even more impressed, mate.
That's why you should buy yourself a sofa.
No, I would never fuck leather. It's like fucking
right,
an old
now, I
age
get it.
pensioner.
It's not leather, it's suede.
Voice has definitely
That's
been done for
worse. At least with leather, you can make it wet and it sort of feels like, skin.
And how do you know that?
Because I fucking drip water on my leather every now and again.
Keep going.
I'd like to say at this point that the views expressed by the host of this show is entirely
Motherfucker!
whatever he does with anything leather in his house is entirely his own business. I wouldn't look in the pockets of a leather jacket he wears, that's for sure.
I can't fit into a pocket. There has to be an actual hole.
Well, do you know what? This doesn't feel like a Monday. This feels a bit like a Wednesday. Does that mean you're going to ruin my show by being serious?
Oh, yes, I'm going to fuck your stream up royally, my friend.
Right, you're kicked already. Besides which, I don't think one will be on my show this week. I don't think he's going to make it to Wednesday, at least not.
He's going to that Muslim prison in the sky.
Well, unless they allow him to stream from a fucking cell, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure out of the conversation we've had tonight, I mightn't even be the one who gets to the longest sentence.
Oh, you will get the longest sentence because I'm fine. I'm not actually raping anyone.
So you say.
Yeah. Yeah, so saying to one, do us a favor and put, Sergeant O'Neill on. I'd love to have a word to find out what they actually charged you with. I should imagine it would be quite a number of things we are judging by tonight.
Speaking of tonight, it's about 10:02. Do we have one more question from the chat? Anything that you want to ask us? It can be serious, non-serious. It doesn't really fucking matter at this point because the stream's fucked. So, one more question from the chat and then we'll fuck off. As long as you're not too long actually typing the fucking thing.
Yes, come on, quickly. Anytime today. Although if you wait long enough, I'm sure you'll hear the gentle vibration of a rattling sofa.
But whose is it? Is it mine or is it one's?
Well, yours is a leather jacket. You'll just hear a lot of...
I told you, I don't need the pocket.
Oh, here we go. Have you seen the new Islam-approved Barbie doll? It's so accurate, it even has a removable clitoris. You got that off Wikipedia, you bastard.
Yes, he did. He likes Wikipedia. But I did actually say a question. That's not really a question.
Again, a guy who doesn't use the web that often. What's Wikipedia?
Wikipedia is basically... if you like old-style stand-ups that used to tell jokes and take the piss, it's where you go now to get your sort of fix. So any sort of one-liners or general jokes that are in bad taste, it is the place to go.
Right.
And I know because I'm constantly uploading gags. That's why. Yeah. My favorite one I ever uploaded, which was when I think it was Rick Mail died. I put one up saying, "Tragic news from the world of comedy. Russell Howard is still alive."
What a fucking cunt! I hate him.
Yeah, that's not.
What's not a very
that's
nice thing to say about Rick
depressing.
Mail. He was a good man.
No, I meant Russell Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like your video on it, Common Sense. I mean, really, you should have just shown about, well, it should have been about 6 minutes, no, 6 seconds long saying Russell Howard is a prick, and you would have just got as many views, I think.
Well, the funny thing is, on that actual video, I got fucking copyright straight away,
Yeah.
even before I finished uploading it. It's the first time that's ever actually fucking happened.
Oh, right. Well, Sky was so embarrassed that you were showing some footage from the show, they had to shut it down, were they?
No, I think it was the fact that I proved that Sky actually said that it was actually a factual program and not a comedic program.
Right, pushing the narrative then, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. He does have formed as Russell Howard after Lee Rigby got cut to pieces, and he was, before his show got cancelled on the Beeb, he did I think like a 2-minute sort of tribute to Lee Rigby, and then decided to completely ignore the murderers and have a go at the EDL for having a demonstration.
Yeah, the left seems to do that quite a lot. Let's not actually have a go at the people that are doing it. Let's have a go at the racists that might actually have a little bit of a point, because some black Somalian Muslim man decided to kill a member of our armed forces in the middle of a high street.
Can I just say, Binary Surfer said he shared a drink or two with Russell Howard. Can I just make a suggestion, mate? If you ever do again, can you lace it with some kind of cyanide? Yeah. Or maybe cyanide's a bit too fast acting. Something that might,
No, I don't want him to suffer. I just want him gone.
Actually, I don't want him dead. I just want his inability to speak. Maybe even losing just the use of his legs, because he can't be a stand-up comedian then, can he? Crawl up comedian maybe.
I'm sure that they've now have wheelchairs for them type of people, and they will get more points for it, and they'll get more laughs because he's...
I'd just like to say that any views expressed by myself tonight is actually in a completely comedic manner, and I don't actually want anybody or anything to die. If I say I want Russell Howard dead, it means that I want him to die eventually from natural causes.
And
yes,
it's not even Wednesday
special
yet.
branch. That's a sale for 3.
Which is, when I say natural causes, I mean naturally occurring cyanide in beer.
That miraculously was embedded in there when it was fermented.
Yes, it's I could rant about that all night, about something that was very dear to me once upon a time, which was the art of stand-up comedy, and unfortunately it is
he's not better.
Very, 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 very poor these days. And it's not just him, unfortunately. He is the antithesis, I think, of everything wrong with it. But
do you mean antithesis?
Yes, that too. Everybody who goes to something called the Edinburgh Festival, which used to be actually quite good and entertaining, it's
until Gordon Brown started going.
It's sort of like Jeremy Corbyn live now, really, which is, if you find socialist humor funny, which means it isn't funny, then you will enjoy yourself. If you actually don't find that funny, if you think that a load of, well, it's mostly ethnic women these days talking about either their fannies, what comes out of their fannies, or how terrible men are, you probably ain't going to find a lot.
Barbie, you leave Schumer alone.
Who?
Schumer.
Schumer? Oh, Amy Schumer.
Yes.
Oh, what a very attractive thing she thinks she is.
You mean the actual woman that you're talking about that says about things coming out of her vagina? That's her actual comedy stand-up.
Well, that's the thing, though, you see, Common Sense. That's all they do, all the female comedians. That's all they've got, is talking about their minge and what it smells of and what comes out of it.
But that's a bit misogynistic, isn't it, to say all of them?
It's true, though.
All right, fair enough. I don't really have much of an argument. I just wanted to put it out there.
No, actually, common sense. If you're on a desert island and you saw what you thought was a pink capsized ship, but it actually turned out to be Amy Schumer and her clothes had washed away. How long would it take? How many months before you need to start poking that fireplace?
Well, for a start, the fact that she's completely pink means that her fucking flaps are everywhere. So I'd probably just cut it off and then just use her as food.
No, I was going to suggest a little bit of sunburn, but if you want to automatically assume that her clam was keeping her warm.
Well, I just thought it should be taking on so much seawater that should just be.
I think if it was a literal toss-up between, on one side of the island, Diane Abbott, and on the other side, Amy Schumer, that's a difficult one, isn't it, lads? Come on.
Well, it's not. It's not
if your life absolutely depended on it.
The answer is quite simple, Magic. It's called suicide.
No, it's even better. It's even better. You can have it under the pretenses that whoever wins in a fight gets to have you, but the thing is, you've got a gun behind your back, and you get both of them to fight. You watch Amy Schumer beat the head of Diane Abbott against a rock, and then she looks at you and goes, "I'm all yours, honey." And you go, "Fucking no, you ain't," and then you shoot yourself in the head.
I'm not won over by that argument, Mr. Common Sense. I think you would relent.
I thought that the most important part of that argument would be Diane Abbott head rock.
I just want to say the expressions of the two other people in this stream.
No, I think out of all three of us, the one I think would relent the most would be Voice. He talks the talk, but I think he would. I think he'd straight up a Schumer, wouldn't he?
It's like this. If I was in a desert island and it was Schumer, I would bury it straight away, get it over with, and then eat what's left.
Eat what's left? I didn't. I mean, it make you sound like you're actually tucking into your Sunday dinner.
Well, you have to survive.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that film Alive, by any chance?
Is that the one about the rugby players in the mountain?
Yeah, it's the one where they're eating half the passengers. I think you might have slightly over-egged this one. She is still very much alive and well. You don't have to tuck into her quite yet.
Well, I don't want to kill her.
Oh, I see. So you just start eating her alive, or was it a case of I'll eat you and fuck you at the same time?
Well, no, I have plenty of time in the island, so I probably wouldn't do that.
What, the fucking or the eating?
At the same time.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
because he's thinking about tomorrow, He can't just fuck her the once.
Well, there's some parts you don't eat.
if he does the fucking on day one, that means he's got some porridge on day two, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he gets to eat out of a fairy cup as well.
He certainly does. The only trouble is he ain't got anything to swill it with except seawater.
Lovely. We always want extra salt on top of salt.
Do you know what? You just reminded me of an old statistic, which was that the humpback whale, when it mates, only 40% of its semen actually enters the female. And you wonder why the sea tastes so salty.
That's off of Wikipedia, and that's old.
Well, Binary started it. I thought I'd finish it.
Right then, lads. Well, it's 2 minutes to 11. The chat fucked us up again because they didn't even give us a single question. They're all talking about goddamn fucking Wikipedia. And yes, you lot have an attention span of a gnat. With that being said, we're going to go off with the voice of one first, and then off to Magic Bollocks because he's a cunt. And then, and then we'll finish with me. So, if Voice wouldn't mind going first on his final word. He likes Amy Schumer and he likes it in his sofa.
I think it's good night for me. It's good night from him, and it's good night from the cunt.
Now just work out what one he means.
I was hoping that was just talking about his multiple personality there, but I'm almost offended. The very man who told me that he loved me a few days ago is now calling me a cunt. Honestly, I'm in pain, to be honest. I'm so angry. I'm tempted to go and fuck Diane Abbott and Amy Schumer and then go and wipe my dick on his curtains. But tonight has been very entertaining. Not only have we educated all you silly people in the chat who bother to listen to all this nonsense, but we've now have a small glimpse into what one does when he's not streaming. We also know that poor old Common Sense has learned that without Mr. Ogre, he has no sense of discipline. And I've also learned that everything you say on a stream is not necessarily the views reflected of every other member of the stream, especially if it's going to get you a knock on the door by the local constabulary. So I'd like to say that it wasn't me tonight. It was somebody who sounds like me. I've never had these opinions. I love Jeremy Corbyn, and I'd happily shag Amy Schumer and Diane Abbott any day of the week. They're both lovely, attractive women. Thank you.
And I'd just like to say that's completely not bollocks. Just listen to the stream again. And
hang on. I just want to say one more thing. Russell Howard is really funny. Now you definitely know it's fucking not me.
There we go. Well, I don't really have too much to say. Surprisingly, as most times, and then I'll probably go into an hour's diatribe. But no, I don't really have too much to say. Sometimes it's nice just shooting the shit with a couple of mates and just having a good old time and just having a bit of banter. The only thing I would say is you wouldn't get this on a fucking feminist stream, would you? But then again, that's why you're here and not there. So I bid you farewell. I bid you adieu. Take care, and I'll see you all again real soon.